Hi, welcome to Guitar Slinger TV. I'm Jon Bivona.
And I'm Paul Vario. And today, John and I, we want to talk to you about something that we talk, a daily, weekly basis with our students about.
Quite a bit.
Which is not giving up.
Not getting
quitting.
frustrated.
Oh, frustration. I know all about that. And, one of the biggest hurdles that students have to cross over relatively early in this guitar lesson jam is, switching from one chord to another. We can teach them a G chord and a C chord and a D chord pretty easily. But let's face it, going from G to C is not super easy.
It's very tough, and it's by far, for me, the most frustrating thing that I see in my students tackle.
Yeah. I hate seeing people wanting to give in and quit just because they can't go from one chord to the next in time and rhythm in a musically pleasing fashion.
Right.
I started playing guitar because I wanted to learn how to play songs. You started playing guitar because you wanted to play songs. We all start playing guitar because we want to make music, not just listen to music.
I also wanted to get girls.
How'd that work for you?
Not too well.
That's what I thought. See? So what we do with our students, I know what I do with my students is a lot of times, sometimes it's a young student who's a really inspired student, but maybe their hands are small. Maybe it's a retired student and they have arthritis. I have some students that have had hand injuries over the years.
Yeah.
So what I do to help people cross over and get over that first hurdle is some really easy chord substitutions that allow us to play the most common chords in guitar, like G and C and D and E minor and A minor, and to do it in a way that's, pretty easy and it's pretty finger friendly. So let's jump into it. All right. So we're going to talk about our third finger and our fourth finger, and I'm going to place them on the third fret of my guitar. Pinky's on the first string, and third finger goes above it on the second string. I'm going to strum 4 strings for you, and if you take a listen to it, it's pretty pleasing.
I like it.
It's a G chord, a G5 chord. We're going to use that as the basis of today's guitar lesson, John. Putting my middle finger all the way over here to the third fret of the 6th string. This finger has 2 jobs. I'm going to hold down this G note, but I'm also, on purpose, John, on purpose, I'm going to put my, on purpose. I'm going to kind of be lazy. I'm going to let my finger just sort of lie on the string underneath it. I yell at people all day long not to do this.
A lot of times we teach the G chord, and we tell everyone, don't let the bottom part of this finger lay across the 5th string and blocking this note.
It's like playing on your tippy toes, except it's the tips of your fingers. Close enough. Digits, all the same. So, no, I'm going to encourage you actually to be a little lazy on this one and dampen the 5th string on purpose. What ends up happening is we get this big, fat sounding G chord, and it's pretty awesome.
That is nice.
Take this finger off, put this finger down, same string on the next fret over. Take this finger off, bring it down 1 string towards the floor. Dampen the string under it, strum 6. 3 chords.
And just by moving these 2 fingers.
That's all I'm doing, folks. We're not making you switch 4 fingers at a time into some crazy sort of contortion position. We're just moving 1 finger over.
And actually, we can do exactly the same fingering on the 5th string as we did the 6th string.
Now, I like the way you think.
Thank you.
You're thinking ahead.
A little bit.
How Machiavellian of you. So he's plotting a way to bring you to the next 3 chords that will fit both, like if you look at the fingerboard geography of it, it'll be very similar. And it's also going to sound really good with the first 2 chords we'll show you today. So drop your middle finger down, 1 string to the 5th fret. Then what are we going to do, John?
Well, on the 5th string, on the 3rd fret, we're going to actually...
The 3rd fret, I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
Just to review, on the 6th string, it was the 3rd fret, the 2nd fret, and then we drop down 1 string and play like that. Let's do the same thing now, starting on the 3rd fret on the 5th string, and do the same thing. Also to remember, mute out the string underneath. Be a little lazy
all day today. This is like lazy fingers.
Laziness
This is like lazy finger lesson.
Yes.
I like it.
Me too.
I like being lazy.
Okay, let's move ahead. So, here we go. That's the first one. Now the 2nd fret. And drop down one string closer to the floor and hit from the 5th string down on this one as well. So let's take a little inventory.
Sure.
We got 6th string.
And now 5-string chords.
Yes.
And we have one more chord that we can add to this. Drop your pointer down one string towards the floor.
Okay.
Strum 5 again. And now that gives us a total of 7 chords.
Beautiful.
There are 7 notes in the key of G. 7 notes in the G major scale. Key, scale,
Same
they're
thing.
synonymous. When someone says, hey, let's play a song in the key of G, they're saying, let's use the notes in the key of G for our song. Let's use the chords in the key of G in this song. And what we're showing you now are some really easy, common substitutions for those 7 chords. That will allow you to pretty easily start making music, start playing songs.
Right off the bat, right out of the gate.
And that big hurdle of being able to, switch chords, well, we're pretty much eliminating that because you never have to move more than just like one finger at a time. You switch one finger for the other and you make a new chord happen.
Paul, demonstration, please.
Sure. Well, I mean, here's like my de facto strumming pattern for my students. So
It's also the same one I use.
because you taught it to me
Wow.
long time.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
You could do so many pop songs with that strumming pattern
Yes.
and with these chords. These aren't just like random chords that we're picking and we're showing you today. They sound really good musically. They're nice to make it easier for you to play the 7 chords of the key. But we're not the only ones who think so. Lots of successful singers and songwriters do as well.
Yeah, these aren't just simplified versions of chords. These are real chords.
These are real chords. They have
that
names.
are in a million songs.
Should we tell them what they're called?
I'm not sure they're going to care, but let's do it just to do it, since we are guitar teachers. So.
All right, I'll take the first 3.
right.
So, it's a G5 or a G power chord. It's a big fat open power chord. G5 with an F sharp bass. E minor 7. What do you got?
On the 5th string, we got C add 9.
C sus2, same thing.
Sure. Hitting from the 5th string down, this like G with a B bass. And when we drop this first finger down one and hit from the 5th string down, this one's a doozy. This is an A minor 7. No,
it's
an
A7.
A7 sus 4.
If you've played Wonderwall by Oasis, you've played this chord. It's
Yes.
a mouthful.
Yes.
And then you drop it down one more time and you have a D sus4 with an A bass. Nah, I never heard that before.
You can also not just strum them, you can do, picking through them, which is
Oh.
called arpeggiation.
Sure.
So, some like,
Play them as broken chords. You could use some hammers, some pull-offs, some bass notes to connect them. Make it a little more intricate of a pattern. Everything Jon's playing, though, is in the key. It's all in the key of G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G.
beautiful.
I didn't have to say G twice, really. I was just being thorough. I heard the octave in my head.
I wanted to make sure they understood the full magnitude of G.
Honestly, folks, you can use this for playing in any key. If you have a capo at home, just throw it on whatever fret you like to sing in or whatever fret the songs that you like to play are in, and just adjust accordingly. If you put the capo on the 1st fret, move everything over 1 fret.
Yeah.
Put it on the 2nd fret, move everything over 2 frets.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't go super high with capo positions if I can help it. I got big hands, I got gorilla fingers, and capos on like the 5th fret or the 7th fret do not make Paul Vario very happy.
And we also have to torture our students with bar chords.
Bar chord. Oh, so that's the next hurdle, right?
Yes.
So we're going to help you get over your chord switching hump. And at some point, we'll talk to you about those bar chords. We hate them too. It's not just you. I feel pretty good about this. How do you feel about it?
Good. Have fun with it. Practice it. Come up. Make music.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget, you got a guitar because you wanted to participate. You wanted to make music. You wanted to play songs. And hopefully a lesson like this is going to be exactly what you need to help you get over that hump and get you playing those songs.
Right away.
You know, music's a wonderful thing. It's I know. I mean, it's one of the most important things in my life. Friends, family, and then probably music for me.
Yes,
It's
me
really a
too.
beautiful thing. And as a kid, it was great to listen to it. But once I learned how to play an instrument, I was able to participate and be part of the fun.
Life-changing for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could be life-changing for you, just maybe not in as big of a way, but in a small way. It's pretty fantastic stuff. You know, we're here to help you folks. So John and I both have each over 20 years of teaching experience. We've been doing this a long time. We have had lots of students, both in one-on-one and in group lesson formats.
Yeah.
And we have tons of experience. And between the two of us, we don't think there's too much that we can't cover. So if you have any questions, if you have any topics that you'd like to see discussed, please leave comments for us, and you know, in the video comment section,
Yeah.
leave questions for us, and we'll get to them. We'll draw from them to come up with some ideas. By all means, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us. If you're a patron, thank you very much. You can check us out on Patreon.com. And I think today was pretty awesome, John. Nice job.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, Paul.
Guitar Slinger TV.
Guitar Dropper TV. Join us.